are everything from electricians to plumbers to distillers to brewers.
And really what we're doing here is working hard to recreate the history of farm distilling using an old shape of stills. We're going to grow our own barley, malt it here on site, and old traditional casks, and putting the handcraftedness actually back into distilling. Keep it coming, this is the fun bit. Enjoying this? Get stuck in, grab the bottom of it and try and get it without filling the place up with dust. What we're doing here is we're putting in 420 kilograms of crushed malted barley. This is Marisota that we're using. It's beginning to germinate and it's creating the white starch which will sustain the seed in the ground. So it's stopped really after 2 days of being wet, it's dried and then crushed, and that's what we're going to use that starch for the yeast to consume. But you'll see the whole process today. I'll connect the mashing water and we'll start mashing in actually, which is the real fun bit, the real fun piece, the messy bit. Can we go get up on the step and we can do it?
This is the best day of my life thus far. Don't tell my wife though.
You're doing a good job actually, so you've got the magic touch, I can tell.
And how long do you typically spend doing this?
This will take about 40 minutes in all to fill up. Then it will sit for 90 minutes while the hot water's dissolving out the starch fully. And then we start sparging and yielding it into the fermenter, which you'll see as well.
I'm beginning to smell the alcohol coming out there now. You can smell the sort of...
It's actually quite sweet.
It's quite sweet. Fruity pear drops.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, pear drops coming in. If you put your hand up there, it's just starting to get warm.
Yeah.
And that's we're up to about 80 degrees. This is the waiting game. Over. Here it goes. There it goes. And I bet it misses the jug. Yeah, across the bottom. There we go. When the alcohol starts coming across, there's various different tests you can do at the beginning to discover where the cut point is. See what happens. Right, can you see like a contact lens floating?
Yeah.
Generally it's your ethanol floating on the top and it's your oily and your other stuff sitting in between. That means, yeah, we're well into the heads. We control the heat in the still by hand. We control the condenser by hand. It is all about art and creativity. We're taking whiskey back to what it used to be hundreds of years ago.
You see it's beginning to clear quite quickly actually, you see that?
Yeah.
And I would think in another 10 minutes you'll probably be into hearts.
Right, you might have to, that could start to shoot over, so fully start to go.
That is pear drops.
Now that's the heads, but that's peppery, it grabs you. It's 72% proof.
And it's lovely.
It's sweet.
It's very sweet.
There's still a hint of pepper there's still a little bit of head coming through. Tiny bit, but you want some of that.
For something that's 72%, it tastes very smooth.
Water of life. It's new make spirit, straight out the spirit still. So cleric or various other names. And this is the first spirit through of the heart. So it's still got a bit of spice to it, but the biscuity notes, the malty notes are starting to come through.
Okay, so you got French oak, you got American oak. Now, depending how good your nose is, you'll get quite a different smell from these actually. So that's French oak, and you can smell them side by side. And the far away one is American oak.
That is spicy and fruity and...
I think you know about your woods.
But I'm getting spices for that immediately. You know?
Compare it to this one, Dave. As well as being a single malt distillery, our view is that we want to be a single cask, single malt. We never want to mix casks, because every cask has its own unique character.
We've got the right strength, so now we've got to pour it into there. The smell of this is just gorgeous. The best way to describe this is a shortbread biscuit topped with dark chocolate with little sprinkles of dried orange peel in it. We have just cast his cask.